Hey, family, always give thanks. Uh-oh. Well, that's my watches behind here. See, that's my watch collection. But that's all good. I'm going to move it, but hey, I'll leave it there. Anyway, let me say this. Um, Give thanks and praises to your creator, whoever you might conceive your creator to be. And for me on this planet, any day above it, beautiful. Let me jump right into this one here, though. Some more family friends of mine, when they get that Vaseline, see, they're called sheep. They're going on with the program, you see. And like I said, this path that we are on is not really for every person. Every person is not their time to wake up and to move forward, to be conscious, or to be aware, or to be knowledgeable, or to experience what it is to be conscious. So those folks that is falling into the program, into the metric system program, are going to get their Vaseline. That is their reality. I am finished telling people, not really finished telling people, I'm finished giving them information on how this vaccine works. See, because their mind already make up that they're going to get it. And if they don't get it, they can't do this. But they must have to understand that the system is designed to tell you, if you don't get it, you can't go to the beach. You can't kiss your girlfriend. You can't hold hands. You can't socialize. You can't go to the store. They want to tell you everything you cannot do if you don't get this Vaseline. But folks have to understand, it's an experimental drug. It's an experimental Vaseline, and they told you that. So whoever want to block my views on that, I'm going to keep on spreading the knowledge. They tell you straight up, it's experimental. And look at the word that says experimental. They're experimenting on you. So whether you want to believe it or not, and you figure it, and then people have to really think, and a lot of folks don't think anymore, because if you get it, why do you still have to wear a mask or social distance or wash your hands, etc.? You know what I mean? And then why would you have to get 2 shots? There was only 1 flu shot. There wasn't 2 flu shots. You wasn't getting a flu shot for here and 1 for there. So how come now you have to, folks, like I keep saying over and over again, folks, think for yourself. It is not illegal yet. Now, for my family friends that want to get it, more power to them. I'm not here to convince no person of what they should or shouldn't do. That is your life. You do what's best for you. For me, I do what's best for me. And they must understand the path that the people that came here to be on, to be spiritual and enlightened people, that's the path that we are going to stay on. So regardless of how it play out, that's the path that we is going to be on, and we are not going to get sidetracked from that. Now, on another note, you know that we all speaking about Texas. You see how Texas went down. And then what the mayor said, or the governor said, what he said, they have nothing to do with him, somewhere along that line. That means he's telling you that you're on your own. So if he tell you you're on your own, and it happened there, you gotta understand, folks, and I've been telling you guys for years, stock up on your food stuff. Learn to stock up on your food stuff. Get your torchlights. Get your canned food. Get your water containers. Get all the stuff you need to survive. Get survival stuff. Save your seeds. As a matter of fact, today I went to Kroger, and I asked the guy at the store, I said to the guy, do you have any seeds, oranges? He said, seeds? I said, no. Everything now is seedless. If you need any seeds, oranges, you will have to go to a farmer's market. I said, in that what? He said, yeah. Everything is seedless. So you see, the seedless stuff is what gonna make you sick. And like I said before, you're not any good to the pharmaceutical company if you're healthy. So I wasn't really surprised in the sense, but I was kind of taken back because I thought they would have at least a couple of oranges or a couple of stuff there that had seeds. But he said, no, there's no seed. Everything here is seedless. I said, damn. So folks, try and save your seeds as much as possible because you're going to need them. The path that we are on is not for every person. So a lot of folks are not going to make it. So you're going to have to drop a lot of... I keep saying it over and over again. Because, I mean, you have to keep saying it because folks are not really getting it. Not that they really care if they get it or not because it's their life. But, I mean, I'm going to spread the knowledge when it comes to me. Folks have to understand that. You have to protect your family. Those that are listening to you. You have to protect them. And those that come and ask questions and have an inclination of something that they need answers to, you feed them a little bit and they have to keep coming back. You put them on the right path. But those that say, no, I'm going to get this. And I don't believe that. And the news said this and the news said that. And I like to watch my housewife at New York. And I would have watched my housewife of Atlanta. And I have to watch my housewife of New Jersey. And I have to watch my Tyler Perry shows. You leave those people alone. And I keep saying over and over again, if it doesn't concern you, leave it alone. Some folks, you're going to have to leave them alone, bro and sisters. Whether it be your sons, your daughters, your mothers, your fathers, you love them. You just got to love them, but just leave them alone. You do what makes you happy and do what makes you comfortable. And don't try to do anything that make yourself feel uncomfortable to please some person else because it's not going to work for you. You're going to be very miserable. You are going to be very miserable if you find yourself doing stuff to please other people and you're not pleasing yourself. Don't even do that. Regardless of however the situation is, even if you're living at some person and you have to do stuff to make them feel comfortable and make you comfortable, don't do it. Reduce from doing what you're doing. And that goes for a lot of my friends and families. I got some family that is stuck in situations that they have to deal with certain stuff. They say, you know what, avoid certain stuff and work on certain stuff. But don't get caught up and miserable in stuff you don't have no control over. You know what I'm saying? If the situation is rough, take a walk. Get out of the house, go for a walk. But whatever you do, on the path that you're on, and you're on the right path, if the so-called terminology applies to the right path, nothing any person can do will stop you from going forward. There's nothing. Because once you live in that strictly positive way of thinking and living, there's nothing that no person can do to throw you off your path. And so, like I said, next thing too, like my girl Isis Business was saying, and it make a lot of sense, get some maps. Keep some maps in the car because when it comes to a time where the GPS system is not going to work. So if it don't work, what are you going to do? I remember years ago, I think about 35 years ago, I came from New York to Atlanta. And the only directions I had from my sister was a piece of paper with directions. 95 south to 85 south to 275 east to 75 south on a piece of paper. And then directions tell you when the exit, you can see a gas station. Make the left by the gas station, come all the way down, you can see a small shop. Make the right by the small shop. Then there's gonna be a little alleyway. I mean, the directions I had on the piece of paper brought me from New York straight to her house on a piece of paper. Now, people can't function unless they put on the GPS to get from point A to point B. And the next thing too that people should start to do is try to keep at least 6 to 7 numbers in their head. Don't depend on the cell phone for numbers. Keep about 6 or 7 numbers in your head at all times so you always have numbers in case something happens to call. Remember too, back in the day, like my girl Isis, this thing I said, you will get breakdown, you'll go on the side and go for a phone booth and call the information person on the phone booth, and she asks you, so what area on, or what's the highway number, or what's the road number, okay, what's the name of the street overhead? And then she will tell you exactly where you are, just from you telling her exactly where you are. No more. Everything is GPS, cell phones. And like I said to people before, my phone is on now because, right, I'm making a video. But the folks that know me, when 9 o'clock my phone goes off, it comes on at daytime at 12 o'clock. Because what? I control the phone don't control me. You know what I'm saying? So folks, you have to get accustomed to not using your phone as often as possible. Put the phone down, read a book, meditate. But most of all, start stocking up on your stuff. Because it's going to come a time. I don't like people live in fear. I said, don't be fearful. Be prepared. And come a time, it can come to that. If you see what happened in Texas, you know what happened in New Orleans years ago, what happened in Michigan, it will happen. Anyway, folks, until then, folks, listen. However the game play out, we ain't got nothing to worry about, man. You know what I'm saying? However it plays out, man, we ain't got nothing to worry about. So until then, folks, keep your vibration high. Keep sending love. Be considerate. Be appreciative. Be humble. Be gratitude. And be loving. I love you guys now. Peace out. One love.